Mondays with Malta and Ray Malavik too. We're all about the kids. We're all about the kids. We're all about the kids. Welcome to Mondays with Malta and Ray Malavik too. I'm Charlie Malta. My co-host Ray Malavik. Raymond, we're live at the Players Club at Lost Nation Sports Park for a big fall sports night. It is South Rebel night on our show. We're going to have about 2.5 hours of just a lot of fun here at the Players Club.
Great to be here again. I've been here a few weeks ago, and nice to be here tonight, and always good to have South featured on one of our Mondays with Malta shows, and tonight's their night.
It sure is. We're really looking forward to tonight, as what a weekend the community had at the Captain Stadium, as now South upended North, and it was much more than a football game over there. The community really got involved.
That's what I'm hearing. I wasn't able to be there, but 2 years ago when they played, of course, it was a happening. The only trouble that night was the monsoon that came in and never let up. But they had a beautiful football night, nice crowd, I understand, and a little bit surprised with the way South dominated the game, but. When you've won so many in a row, you and I talked a little bit. I know you were picking North in a kind of a close one. I was picking South in kind of a close one. And I still believe that when you got that string going like South has, 12 in a row now, I believe, it's very hard to for the underdog team to break that string. But once they do, then they get rolling. And, with Sean Dodd now, North has come so far, and it's just a matter of time. But South has had their number, and we'll talk, of course, to them about that in a little bit.
We sure will. We're going to have, we'll kick off the show at 7 with Superintendent of Schools, Steve Thompson, and AD Jim Mormino, Mark Habit and boys golf, Steve Malazzato and the girls cross-country team, Matt Luck and the boys cross-country team. Matt Duffy will be here with the Rebel football team, Janine Michalowski, the girls tennis team, and your good friend Bill
Barron,
Lady
Rebel volleyball,
and Sherry
Paletto, I believe.
Paletto, and the girls soccer team. Rick Tabacco,
your buddy.
Yep, and boys soccer, and Lisa Yersey. We just seen her and her girls do a fabulous job. But boy, they were entertaining last Monday night on our cheerleading challenge. No question about it.
Good lineup.
Okie doke. Tonight's program is brought to you by Pepco Jack Porky, owner-operator, located at 33210 Lakeland Boulevard. It's kind of neat, Ray, as I deliver their mail almost every day. So I get to walk in there, and it's just a fabulous company with just such gracious people. Pepco is a wholesaler distributor of electrical and telecommunications, utility, and high voltage. You can reach Pepco's East Lake office, 440-946-3790. When our power goes out, it's Pepco who's going to fix it for us. Clements Construction, Mike Clements, owner-operator. And Ray, I'm going to have to make the phone call now because Mary Beth found a little bit of leakage in our attic, so it's leaking around the chimney. I'm going to have Mike Clements come out, and he'll be out in a jiffy, that's for sure.
Not only the full roof that I have had to have done from Mike, but does repairs like that. So just give him a call, give him a shot, bring him out. Let them see the damage or whatever needs to be done and go from there, and you will not be disappointed.
And Clements Construction can handle all your roofing needs. Call him at 440-951-2033. It's Clements with a C. Every roofing problem, he can fix it. Check out one of his outstanding jobs at 29276 Edgewood in Willow, Ohio. And your address, Ray, in Menor?
8840 Evergreen Drive. I still got the sign in my garage, by the way. I'll never get rid of it.
Matrix Tool Machine, my good buddy Rich Wilson, owner-operator, proud sponsors of Mondays with Malta, Menor High School Sports, Menor Middle School Lacrosse. You can reach Rich at 440-255-0300. Rich is a huge supporter of Lake Catholic's Chinese auction, too. Just seen him at a Lake Catholic girls soccer game, and he was just all smiles that he's still involved with Mondays with Malta and Ray Malavik, too. Menor Family Foods, owner-operator P.J. Conway, located on the corner of Lakeshore and Route 306 in Menor. Menor Family Foods always has exactly what I need. Said a customer when I interviewed him, 440-946-3788. Ray, you do shopping in there from time to time, but you're looking forward to that big supermarket sweepstakes.
I hope they still have it. I can't see them getting rid of it. It's such a popular attraction, but In case you're not familiar with it, around the holidays, he'll run a contest. It'll be in the News Herald. Let's fill out the form, send it in. If you're selected, you get to have a couple of minutes with a shopping cart, and all you can put in that shopping cart in the time allotted is yours. And I'll tell you what, it's been fun watching it, too. I went one year, and I'll tell you, the lady that was running up and down those aisles, she was heading for those steaks and those lobster tails, and she knew what she was doing. But I'll tell you, it's a great contest, and like you always say, the little guy in the big guy business, but he takes second to none.
He certainly does. This coming year, go for chicken and turkey for me.
Okay.
We're going, getting away from the red meat.
I'll get something for Glenn, too, but I got to win the thing first.
Forenza Stone, and here's a couple South grads. Mike Fimiani, his lovely wife Missy, located at 37033 Vine Street in Willoughby, specializes in granite and marble and engineered stone. Check out their website at www.forenzastone.com. Check out the $30,000 bathroom. They have rooms to die for. 216-780-4938. Missy, a South High Hall of Famer, and what a softball player she was at South High and the surrounding diamonds. Kramer Printing, it's printing faster than the speed of light. Call Lenny Kramer, 440-205-1199. He's actually got a couple of programs for me, Ray. I got to get there, but I keep having to work my day off. So one of these days I'm going to get there, get those programs. They're first class all the way. He's located at 8634 Station Street. Digital printing, affordable prices, letterheads, brochures, envelopes, magnets, and much, much more. It gives me great pleasure to bring up Jim Mormino and Steve Thompson. Come on forward. And we're going to have our first two guests, because I'll tell you, we have a cavalcade of guests here tonight. Jim Mormino put you're right there, Jim. Yeah, that's fine. A great lineup together, and we're excited. No one's got a game tonight. They're all going to be here, but I think maybe girls golf, Carissa can't make it. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce to our listeners at home, and that's Superintendent of Schools Steve Thompson and my dear friend Jim Mormino, the AD over at South. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us. Thank you, Charlie.
I'm going to start with Jim, because we'll wait for the hot button items last.
Upstage, you said. Yeah.
No, I just, I know Steve had something to do with it, but the game over the weekend at the Captain Stadium. I mean, it took a year in the making, and Jim Mormino, hats off. You did a marvelous job.
I appreciate that, Charlie. It is a year in the making, that process, and a lot of things, a lot of people to get involved in that, and boy, it worked out. I heard nothing but great things the whole night, and what a great venue. And everybody talked about, the field's not long enough. No, the field's long enough. We just had to flip, but you know what? We had a great group of refs.
Right.
And I know those guys from when I played Pee Wee football. So it was really neat to see those guys and actually be remembered. But they were fantastic. They had that game under control. They flipped it, put it on the right hashes. It flew. It was a flawless game for those guys. So that's what makes that whole venue fantastic. Plus, there's not a bad seat in that house.
No. And if you're lucky enough to be on the sidelines like me, it's just such a vantage point. It is incredible. Jim, it's much more than a football game. It's a community event, and United Way was a big winner, too.
Oh, yeah. So North-South do the competition all week long. They're raising money to donate to United Way, but we've turned it into a competition between North and South and see who could raise more money. Holy cow, almost $22,000 raised. Wow. 15 of it came from Willoughby South. So
you had to get that.
I pitched that the right way.
but that's neat. The neat thing about it, and it just the whole week things are happening. You guys are playing games during the game. I mean, it was an event.
Literally, when I met with the media guy and he sent me the script and Guy Trinetti announced the game, I said, Guy, just so you know, you're going to be tired after this game. Because it was right. It's just, bam, another announcement, another contest, something at the 6-minute mark of the quarters. End of the quarter, there was another contest, and there was someone sponsoring the first down, someone sponsoring scoring plays, someone had the touchdown, field goals, kickoff, punt. I mean, it was amazing. The community really came out, did an excellent job. it was just a lot of fun, the whole thing.
Yeah, a guy told me, I talked to him the next day, and he said, Charlie, the guy was right over my shoulder. And from 6:22 until the game started, he had something in my ear for 45 minutes. And then the game, and guy did a real nice job, and just a great friend. And I was excited for him because the Trinetti name goes deep into the
yes, it
halls
does.
of South High. Before I let Ray get at you, I want to introduce Steve Thompson. And Steve, you were on that field with your half South, half North shirt on. Ray and I have that. Not a jersey like yours. That's a little bit upscale.
Jersey. Well,
yeah. He is a superintendent.
When you're in the administration.
But I think Jen Shelby gave us those T-shirts, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yeah. She was on the field. So, Steve, welcome to the show. And it's a big month this next month coming up for you.
Sure is. We're at a pivotal time in our school district's history in terms of the opportunity that we have before us, and that is to hopefully pass a bond issue which will allow us to rebuild our schools, which are in desperate need of repair. We have over $300 million, according to the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission, that needs to be done to our buildings. In fact, their recommendation was to tear down every single building. So I feel pretty good about the fact that we're able to drop that down to $116 million instead of $300 million at the cost of 3.99 mils or $11.64 per $100,000 of value per month. So the average $100,000 home's $139 a year, and although that clearly is not to be taken lightly, and we do take it very seriously when we raise folks' taxes, or ask them to raise their taxes, but it will completely rebuild our school district. 2 new high schools, a new Longfellow Elementary, and then repairs to all the rest of our schools. And of course, South High School will remain in existence, although it'll be converted to Willoughby Middle.
That right? Wow. Right. And then 2 new football fields, which definitely need, with turf, which is really exciting because, Jim, we can do events 7 days a week then.
Oh, absolutely. 7 days a week, and now you're talking a great, it would take a financial burden off of the district a little bit too, and the South Athletic Department. Now we're renting that field out. We're getting people on that field. Now we're not just taking care of the football field, facility. Now we're looking at improvements to baseball fields, soccer fields, and just everything. So I think it benefits all sports programs in the long run. It's not just going to benefit those that actually play on that. If you think about it, in the winter, softball's inside. They could play legitimate games on a turf field. And so now that just opens up things, more and more other programs. I know Mr. Thompson has been pushing lacrosse. But, sure. without field turf, I don't know if we can do lacrosse. But here's a sport that with field turf, now it's not a problem. We can add that into the arsenal of sports that we already have.
No, kickball, you name it, powder puff football, flag football.
The youth football. Everybody will rent that place out. It'll be busy nonstop.
That's for sure. Before, I want one more question for Steve. Steve, I was intrigued in the beginning of this process that you had a lot of avenues on how you wanted to promote it, and one was a grassroots I thought of. And that is, you had certain people bring in families to homes, and I'm telling you, you're going after every vote because every vote's so important. Talk a little bit about that because I thought that was really interesting.
Well, what we know happens when we hold big community meetings, they're just simply not well attended. So we've taken on the strategy of asking people in our community to talk to their neighbors, invite their neighbors over for what we're calling a coffee. Most people have coffee or lemonade and some cookies and things of that nature. And we don't bring in PowerPoint presentations and videos. We just come in and answer their questions and talk about the realities that are facing our school district. And we've done dozens and dozens and dozens of them, and we're going to push them all the way up. In fact, our last coffee scheduled is on November 2nd. So the night before the levy, we'll still be doing coffees, trying to do our very best to talk to people. I think if you're willing to be informed and willing to come to a meeting and willing to come in open-minded, regardless of where you stand, I firmly believe that you will find it very difficult to say this is not a good plan and this is not a good opportunity for our community.
Well, I get to write one more column before the election in the Willow Courier, and you know I'll support it, and I know a lot of people read it. So
Appreciate it.
You'll have my backing and have that, and who knows, I know the support of Willowick is vital for this thing to pass.
Right, and one of the things I definitely want Willowick people to know, we're building a new North High School. I know it's not in Willowick, but I would encourage them to go to the plans, because the largest chunk of renovation money in the plan goes to Willowick, which it desperately needs to redo Royal View and Willowick Middle. You will not recognize those buildings if we pass this levy.
But that's fantastic. Ray?
Well, Steve, again, the approach that Charlie mentioned, I think is, I haven't been in education now for over 40 years, and still in Wycliffe doing some part-time stuff where they have a levy coming up.
Sure.
I can't agree with you more about those huge meetings, those PowerPoint things. I mean, yeah, they're nice, and they take a lot of time, preparation, and they're very professional looking, and they're great. However, you hit it right on the head. The average Joe in Willowick, Eastlake, Willoughby, or Wycliffe, or wherever you go, isn't going to go to those kind of things. And if they do, it's my experience, sometimes they get a little turned off by it, because there's so many different phases and facets to a levy, and what it involves that, I don't know, I think they get lost in that. Sitting down with a group of people, having a cup of coffee, answering questions right then and there, it's a great approach, and I guess we'll all find out in a couple of weeks, but I'll tell you what, I think it's refreshing, it really is, and if it passes, and I'm confident it will myself, you're going to see a lot of area school systems saying, let's forget what we've been doing. Let's try this. And I'm sure it's a risk. It's a risk-taking because it is so different. But, and Jim pointed out the domino effect of this on a positive side. A lot of times domino effects are on a negative side, but this one is positive. And if this thing passes for school, I mean, oh my gosh. And you mentioned numbers, 300 and some million down to 116 million for new stuff, plus huge replacement of the areas that need replacement and repair. I don't know. I was an English teacher. I'm not too good at math, but how can you pass that up? I mean, how can you pass that up?
That's our future.
It is our future.
And, we've said in the past on this show is it's, you got new schools, it's going to increase the value of your home. Well, school systems.
I don't want to overplay that point because I know community residents hear that pitch from superintendents all the time, but I ask you, if you were to get a job transfer today and you had school-age children, what would be the first thing you would do if you got a job transfer to Indianapolis? Wouldn't you go online, look at the high-performing schools, and then once you narrowed that down to a few communities, wouldn't you get in your car when you drove there to look at houses? Wouldn't you go look at the elementary school where your children were going to attend? Wouldn't you look at the high school? Wouldn't you look Absolutely. At the amenities they offer? And to say that would be the only driving factor, I'm not suggesting that, but it's a big one. And when Mom looks at the elementary school and there's trash cans all over in the hallways collecting water, and there's plastic bags over the computers because we're trying to protect them from the rain, and that doesn't send a good image.
Nope. Well, we appreciate you two kicking off our show, and I didn't forget I owe you 9 holes of golf, so one of these days I'm going to give you a call on a Friday before the game, and we'll go out and play 9 and get you ready for the game.
Absolutely.
All right. Jim Marmino, Steve Thompson, thanks. We appreciate it. Let's hear it for two of the big guys at South High.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Charlie.
It's going to be a huge success.
Sign our banner. You were guests on the show. Next up is my good buddy Habs. Mark Cabot and Boys Golf. And it's always good to talk to Habs.
He's still swinging the clubs. Well, I'll tell you, I see him on Friday nights occasionally, still doing a great stat job with the football team. And
Oh, he's the
I wondered
best.
if he hung up those clubs in coaching, but not Mark. I know him. He's like me. We like the kids. It's all about the kids, like our show is. So
That's right.
good to see you, Mark. Really is.
Good to see you guys, too. Thanks for having me on.
So how's this golf team this year?
Well, it's kind of funny, Charlie. When we spoke a couple weeks ago, I said, by the time I talk to you, our season might be over, and unfortunately it is. We had our sectional golf tournament today. We struggled a little bit, and we finished sixth. Only the top 4 teams qualify. We didn't play as well as we should have, and but it's hard to be mad at my guys. I had an awesome team this year. We won the WRC tournament and won the
first
conference
time
championship.
around.
And they worked their butts off, and I obviously it's disappointing, and the guys were upset, and I was upset. But at the end of the day, we have a conference championship. They're great kids. I got a guy that's he's gonna be a pre-med next year in college. He wants to be a doctor.
Is that Jonathan?
Yeah, Krebs. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, tonight hurts, but tomorrow, the sun will come up, and we'll go get it in the classroom, and we'll be all right. By the way, I have to shout out Coach Kaz over at North. The North boys qualified today for districts.
That's great.
They finished third. They played tremendous. Big Joe plays cross-handed, I guess.
Wow.
Shot 78. Played really, really well. And
where was this at, Mike?
This was at Quail Hollow.
Was that Quail?
On the Devlin course. And Coach Kaz is a good guy. He's a really good guy, and I know he'd been waiting all season for his team to put it together. They're here, there, and today they put it all together, and I want to give him a shout-out because he's a good guy. He's a good friend of mine, and they deserve that success.
And remember, this is South congratulating North.
That's how it's been going.
That's how it's been. But see, people need to know that. That was great, Coach.
Thank you.
Mark, talk about the team, the 1 through 5 players, how they how they sort of averaged out through the year, and maybe they're around what their best round was.
Well, Zach Stenger was our number 1, 4-year varsity player. He's been our number 1 for at least the last 2 years that I can remember. This is my second year as the head coach. Zach averaged around a 41 for 9 holes. Shot 39 against Menor in a big duel we had with them. We beat Menor that day, and I was real happy about that. That's sort of like a little rivalry for the kids.
Always knock off Menor in anything.
That's right.
You got that kind of size.
Absolutely. So, he's been real consistent for us all year. Our number 2, Sam Marchini. He's a senior as well. Zach was a senior. Sam was down in that 42-ish, 43 range. He threw a couple 40s up on the board for us.
That's good.
During dual matches. I mean, the great thing about our team is we didn't have that one guy that goes out in an 18-hole tournament and shoots 74, and then the rest of the guys are kind of back. We kind of had a pack mentality. We could put a bunch of guys in the 80s and kind of go that route. That's how we won the conference.
Mm-hmm.
But our number 3 was Joey Svitovsky, who's a sophomore. Actually was our low score at the conference tournament. He was our low score today
at
the sectional. And if he had one bad hole, and if you could have avoided a leaky putter on one bad hole, I'd be talking about Joey playing at districts next week as an individual.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah. And he was real disappointed. But I said, this is learning experience. You played in this environment now. Now it's not going to be new for you. And next year we go out and get better. Our number 4 was Jonathan Krebs, who we talked about. He was kind of a guy that bounced back and forth for us, JV and varsity, because we had 5 seniors, and 2 of them were sort of borderline varsity type kids. And I didn't want to cut them because they weren't bad golfers. They just were kind of on that cusp of being a varsity guy. And then, he really came on the second half of the season. He shot a 41 against Kenston, who won the regular season. They had the best regular season duel record. He shot 41 as our number 5 in that match, and it won us that match. It was Kenston's only dual match loss of the season. I mean, he came up huge. And, he just kind of plods along, and he'll make some pars and bogeys, and the work that he put in. Oh, Charlie, he'd be at the range for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Hitting balls till his hands bled. Our number 5 was Thomas Priori, another sophomore. He had our second best score today. The kid had a severe ear infection and sprained his ankle caddying, so he was on one leg, and he's just he looked like an old man out there playing golf. And to do what he did was amazing. He's what you call a gym rat. Basketball gym, like Harry. When I coached Harry, he was a gym rat. This kid's a golf rat. The kid, he doesn't watch anything else other than golf. I said, "What's your favorite show?" He goes, "I don't have one. I just watch golf." I'm like, "Well, what about like Faraday or something?" So, but it was those were our 5 guys. And Dean Vargo was our number 6. Dean had a rough senior year. He had some really good matches. He shot 39 against North at Lost Nation, but he never really got to a point where he was very consistent. He was up and down a lot, and it was. I felt bad for him because he didn't play today, but but he understood, and he knew that golf, the numbers are what they are. So
did Mikey Fimiani play this year on the JV?
He played on the JV team.
Good
yes.
for him.
Yes,
and he's a sophomore, right?
He's a junior.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll be back next year.
Future's good, real good, yeah.
Yeah.
And you couldn't have asked for really a better day. I mean, it's a crapshoot when you hit October and what you could have, and it was really golf weather.
Ray, on Saturday we were supposed to play our practice round at Quail.
Oh, geez.
And I woke up and I looked outside. And I'm like, all right, it's raining. We can handle a little rain. And then I walked outside to go to the store for my wife, and it felt like it was December.
Oh, no doubt.
So I texted the kids and I said, "You guys really want to do this today?" And they said, "No, we're very comfortable under our blankets." And I said, "That's fine. I'm with." I called Quail, and the guy in the pro shop said, "There's 3 people on the course. I don't think it's a good idea." So.
Well, Mark, we really appreciate you being here, and good luck next year. It's going to be a good team with all that young.
We'll be young, but I think we've got some talented freshmen. We have a couple 8th graders coming in that have some promise, so we'll be young next year, but, we're going to get to work here in a few months, so we'll get going.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
See you on Friday nights.
Yes. Won't be long. Basketball season will be here. That's Mark Habit. This is Mondays with Malta and Ray Malavic, too, brought to you by Pepco. Jack Borky. Sign the banner there, Mark Habit. Clements Construction. Matrix Tool and Machine, Rich Wilson. Menor Family Foods, owner-operator P.J. Conway. Forenza Stone, owner-operator. We just talked about it, Mike and Missy Fimiani. Kramer Printing. We are Mondays with Malta, Ray Malavic, too, on Integrity Radio, WINT 1330 AM. Mondays with Malta and Ray Malavic, too. We're all about the kids. We're all about the kids. We're all about the kids. Welcome to the Players Club at Lost Nation Sports Park. It's Willoughby South Rebel Fall Sports Night. Let's hear it, girls. All right. We've got the girls cross country team. Ray, and the show is brought to you by...
Well, as always, Pepco. Jack Borky, our owner-operator and personal friend at Pepco. Clements Construction. Also by Matrix Tool and Machine. And Rich Wilson, the owner-operator there. Menor Family Foods with P.J. Conway and Forenza Stone, with a couple of South grads running the show there. Ownership Mike Fimiani and his lovely wife. And we have the girls cross-country team with us now. And
I'd like to introduce to our listeners at home, Steve Melizzato. How'd I do there?
Perfect.
Ah, very good. A fellow Italian. So welcome to the show. He's been on the show before. Steve, how did we do this year?
Well, this year we're actually still ramping up towards conference. We have one more fine-tuning meet at Andrews Osborne, which typically actually is our fastest meet that we run.
That's Saturday?
That'll be this Saturday. And then the conference meet will be held at Kenston this year with the realignment with the WRC. So we're actually not going to be at the Perry Outdoor Y anymore. We're going to be at Kenston this year. And the following week, actually, we're hosting. We have the Division I and Division II cross-country meet for districts at South this year instead of Lakeland.
Wow. Now, the Osborne event is Was that your home course during the year or no?
Andrews Osborne, it's actually going to be at Andrews
Oh,
Osborne.
at Andrew. I was thinking about Osborne on Lake Shore.
No, we're actually at Andrews Osborne on their facility. We actually get to run around the horse barns
How
and stuff,
nice
which is
that?
very, very nice. It's very cool. We get out. Actually, we've seen the last time we walked it last year, we saw about 6 deer out on the course as we were getting ready for the race.
Very picturesque. Yeah. Our middle school kids are looking forward to that. They did real well there last year. But.
Yeah, it's. Matt Starkey up there runs a fantastic meet. We've had a very good relationship with them, and they invited us up when they started this meet, and we decided to go up and take a look at it. And last year we finished second at the varsity level as well as second for the JV level.
Well, that's great. Now, do you have a staff of an assistant?
My assistant's Erin Erder. We get her coming out,
Just seen her Friday night?
Absolutely. She's been an instrumental part in making sure that we get some of those basketball players that need to end up getting into condition a little bit,
I like
and
that.
get them ready for that basketball season for her.
Steve, how long you been at South as the cross-country coach?
12th year now.
Wow. Are you the senior in the conference?
Flies, huh?
Are you the senior in the conference?
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think too.
Kenston probably has me beat now.
Again, they've just joined.
Joined, yep. I think Jeremy Verdi and I probably came on about the same time, maybe a year or so either way.
You're certainly up there.
Yeah,
No
with Sharon's
question
retirements and then rehires coming back, they might have me in years of coaching experience, but not at the same place.
Well, you got them in jerseys because those jerseys you guys are wearing here tonight are just phenomenal. I love them. All right, let's talk. Ray might have something for you, Coach.
Coach, you mentioned the season winding down. How about overall record, or where did you place in the conference? Although you still got that Kenston meet.
We still have the conference meet coming up.
Is that how that's based on?
Everything is based solely on that one meet now. So it's win or go home type situation. We actually do have a very young team this year. A lot of sophomores and freshmen that are actually running in our varsity 7, as well as some first-year runners that aren't freshmen or sophomores that have come out after a couple years of track, or maybe soccer didn't work out, or just wanting to get involved and get in shape.
Well, Kent's involved in the CVC for years, where I've been a part of from Wycliffe, and that we went to that concept maybe the last 10 years or so, 8 years, and there's a lot of controversy surrounding it at first, but the more I thought about it, I have very little knowledge of cross country, but being the athletic director, I was a part of it, and a lot of people point out that it was really a good format. That winner take all one meet, especially for those teams that may have had injuries, may have started slowly because of that, and they lost some meets along the way because of that, and now all of a sudden they've reached good health. The times have gone down, and now they got a shot to win it all.
Sure.
And it's a great prep for the next week of district and on to the state.
Absolutely. Everything in cross country now is kind of based on that 5K race on Saturday. So why would you make your conference based on anything else?
That's right. Makes a lot of sense.
All right. We're going to start right here?
Yeah, let's do it.
You can put on those headphones. Go ahead. Just like this. You don't want to put them on? All right, that's fine. All right. Here, you're going to use this then?
Yeah. If you're going to put the headset on, go ahead.
Then
you'll hear
everything. Muff that hair up, I guess.
Hold the bottom.
Yeah. There you go. Is that ready? Yep. All right. And who do we have first?
My name is Annalena Jurek.
Annalena, what year are you in?
I'm a junior.
A junior. And what's your best time in your favorite course?
I don't know my best time on the top of my head, but my best course, I think, was Kenston.
Kenston? Okay. How long you been running?
This is my first year running cross country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And ballpark, how many miles a week maybe for you, do you think? Preparation for
40.
4D, not 4.
He was going to say 4.
Well, Me being a mailman, I figured one time I'd walk up 1,000 steps a day, okay, and walk 10 miles a day. So I'm right with you. I'm pretty close. All right. And so I'm like a cross-country runner.
That's right, except you walk.
Yeah, you got more questions than that, honey.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's been your biggest influence on your running?
Schleicher.
Yeah, okay. All right. How about a vacation destination for you someday?
I would say Croatia. Even though I've already been there, it's my favorite place to
Yeah?
go.
Is it pretty cool?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's the lightning round. Favorite subject? Lightning round, it's quick.
Biology.
Favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Restaurant?
Olive Garden.
Oh, and sports team?
Cavs.
Cavs. All right, and a tough question here because you could be running 80 miles after this one. One word to describe Coach on game day.
Intense.
Good.
Now, that word can't be repeated by
Right.
the next five.
So start thinking of others.
Very good. At the
Adjectives.
top of your head. I thought that was
Yeah,
fantastic.
real nice.
And this is who?
Mackenzie Hub.
Mackenzie, what year?
I'm a sophomore.
Was sophomore. How about your best time and your favorite course?
My favorite course is Andrews Osborne, and my best time is 22:46, which I ran at Andrews last year.
Very good. You ran varsity as a freshman?
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. Who's been your biggest influence on your running?
I would definitely have to say Milizato, because he's taught me a lot about how to run and how to improve running.
I'm going to interject on that one. It's definitely her aunt.
Okay. Now, Mackenzie, when you're running, what actually goes through your head to keep you pushing? Is it Milizato's voice? Is it one of your teammates? Do you run with someone? Give our listeners at home, my little ones that might think of running down the road.
I personally like pacing with another one of my team members because it helps me stay consistent. And I also have to say, it never fails to hear Mr. Luck yelling at you while you're running.
He's on next, so I like that. Very good. All right, how about for you, a vacation destination someday?
That's really hard. I don't know. Somewhere probably out of the country that I've never been to.
Okay, do you have a meet day superstition? You got to try to put one shoe on before the other. Got to wear a stinky old pair of socks, the same ones. You can't.
Yeah.
We've had some wild
Never
things.
say never, but it will be tough to top some of the stuff we've had.
I pretty much have a peanut butter bagel every single morning.
We haven't had that yet. She said,
You just topped it. Okay.
fantastic answer. Okay. All right, here we go with the lightning round. Favorite subject?
English.
Favorite food?
Pasta.
All right, restaurant?
Paninis.
And sports team?
The U.S. women's soccer team.
Oh, wasn't that fun? Okay, and one word to describe Coach on game day.
Besides intense.
Determined.
Good.
Determined. Now, Steve, you're doing pretty good.
Intense
We've
and
had
determined.
crazy.
I'm just waiting. Which one of these four remaining is going to use
Say,
it?
they got 4 to go, Coach. That's a good start, though. Good
Yes,
start.
very good, very
Yes,
good. There's
go
a bump
ahead.
in the salary maybe next year. All right, and this is who?
I'm Sarah Connell.
Sarah, and what year are you in?
I'm a senior.
Senior. What schools have you looked at or have you decided?
I'm looking at Miami and Ohio State.
Good for you. All right. Do you know what field yet?
Something in business,
All
probably
right.
like international business. So
Good, good. I'll tell you, if you get to learn like an international language, you'll have a job for the rest of your life as an interpreter. So, and what a great idea. You got a good focus already. Congratulations on that. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, who's been your biggest influence on your running?
I'd say my dad.
Your dad. And how about best time and favorite course?
Best time it was actually, I did a 5K over the summer, so that was 24:30. And favorite course is Kenston.
All right, very, very good. Vacation destination?
Italy.
I like that. Meet day superstition.
I really don't have one.
Okay. All right, lightning round. Favorite subject?
Math.
Favorite food?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Restaurant?
Red Robin.
And sports team?
The Browns.
Up Browns. All right, one word to describe Coach, other than intense and determined.
Organized.
Organized.
Good. Man, you're doing all right.
All right, and this is?
Isabel Neckick.
Isabel, what year are you in?
9th.
9th. So, freshman making varsity, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you have to actually qualify to make the varsity team? With your time? No? Okay.
Top 7, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Who's been your biggest influence on your running?
Probably my dad.
Your dad. Do you have a favorite course?
Wooster.
And what's your best time?
25:12.
Very good for a freshman.
Ninth grader?
Wow.
Mhm.
So we'll get you on the show for the next 3 years. By the time you're a senior, I expect that to be under 20, okay?
Yeah, she does too. Coach really does.
Vacation destination, honey.
Scotland.
All right. Although, gas is like $10 a gallon there, so go by taxi when you get there. All right. Do you have a meet day superstition? Do you have something that you got to do before the meet?
I have to drink a lot of water.
Okay, that's good. All right, here's your lightning round. Favorite subject?
Math.
Favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Restaurant?
Chick-fil-A.
Sports team?
Cleveland Cavaliers.
And one word describe Coach Steve.
Serious.
All right. They're thinking of these. They're thinking. Here they come.
Uh-oh. Yeah, be watching the last two. Name, please.
Riley Finch,
Riley, what grade are you?
freshman.
Freshman again. Wow, that's awesome to have 4-year people, huh? Have you had 4-year runners?
We've had several, actually.
Okay, so she's just following some good footsteps.
Absolutely.
Okay, dear. How about biggest influence on your running?
My dad.
Dad, a lot of dads helping out here. A vacation destination you've never been to but would like
England.
to? England. Okay, good. How about any superstitions on meet days?
I don't think I have any.
No peanut butter bagels? Okay, that's okay. How about memorable, let's say favorite course and time? We've been asking everybody that.
My favorite course was probably Forest Hills, and my best time is 23:46.
Wow.
Good. Again, freshman times. Excellent. What about, I should have asked, we had a couple Kenstons and now Forest Hills. Why do you like that course the best? More flat or?
No, that course.
Forest Hills doesn't sound like a flat course.
It wasn't boring. Like every loop was different.
Okay.
So it was like something to look forward to, and then plus the hill gave me something to look forward to.
Keeps your interest while running. I mean, I could see that. I've been there to play baseball and softball, and it's a nice layout. I mean, it's a big area. So
It's a
that's
big hill,
good.
too.
Yeah, it is.
Very big hill.
Very big, yep. Okay, you ready for the quick ones? Here we go. How about favorite subject?
Art,
Favorite food?
fish and chips,
Restaurant?
Red Robin,
Okay. Famous sports team?
Indians,
Cleveland. All right, great. They at least finished above 500. That was nice. And here we go now. We can't repeat any, so it's getting a little tough. One word to describe your coach, like say Saturday coming up at the Big Andrews meet.
quick. Like he's very itinerary kind of.
Yeah, good. I like
That's a
that.
good one. Quick.
Yeah, that's very positive. Well,
I think I've got a bunch of liars on the team.
I was going to ask you that. Do they always tell the truth? But today, I'll tell you, it's an honor as a coach to have your people speak up that way highly of you, and there's no surprise to me, believe me. And last but not least, we have
Michaela Luck.
And Michaela, what grade?
I'm a senior.
Senior, okay. And your dad is the other coach?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I figured. How about favorite course and time, best time?
My favorite course was Villa Angela St. Joseph's meet at Forest Hill last year, where I ran my PR of 21:25.
Wow, so that is your best time.
Yeah.
And that was last year.
Last year. I'm hurt this year. I had surgery in June, so I'm out for the season.
Oh my gosh, the whole season, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay. You plan on running next year? Next year, maybe running?
Yes.
Okay, have you looked at other schools?
Yes.
What are we looking at?
I'm looking at Baldwin Wallace, Ashland, and Slippery Rock.
Wow, 3 good places. And I hope you do run next year. You'll do well, I'm sure. All right, ready for the quick ones?
Yep.
Favorite subject?
English.
Favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Favorite restaurant?
Chipotle.
And favorite sports team?
The Buckeyes.
Okay, and here we go now. I can't even remember them all, but they were all great. Quick was the last one. Okay, are you ready? One word to describe this gentleman to your right.
Let's go with loud.
Loud, okay. And someone mentioned they hear your dad yelling at them and encourages them. You got to hear that.
Yeah.
You got to hear that, and so that's good. So you passed the test, Coach.
I'm breathing big sigh of relief here.
Yeah, well,
Very
I'll tell you,
worried
we've
what
had a
some
couple.
of these young ladies could have come up with.
We had a couple coaches that were a little squirmish up there, but you didn't have to worry about a thing. So I can see why you're doing well and why you're looking forward to Saturday and the state meets. You got some good people here, Coach. Good people.
Steve, thanks for bringing the girls out. Girls, best of luck in your future, and please sign the banner. I'll be one of the only ones that have your autograph. Thanks a lot. Here, let's hear it for the cross-country team.
Good luck on Saturday and the rest of the way.
Next up.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, always good to see you, Steve. Matt Luck and boys cross-country. Matt, a familiar face. If there's an event going on, Matt Luck's at it, and a big supporter of Rebel Sports. And here comes the cross-country team. Again, adorned in those outstanding looking
very
uniforms.
classy shirts, jerseys, whatever you want to call them.
Matt, welcome to the show. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
How things going this year?
You know what? It's a lot of fun this year. It's the last couple of years we talk, and it's a young group, and the great thing is the young group is growing up, and you're watching their times, and post meet we'll put the results up on the board, and they can compare where they were last year to this year. And across the board, they're dropping anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes per course, and that's because of their commitment to work hard. Been doing this a long time, and this group across the board works by far harder than any other group that I've been with, and they're committed to it.
That's a lot of groups.
Yes, it is a lot of groups, that's for sure.
So when you get a group like this, you're appreciative of it as a coach. And the results show. I mean, it's great.
How long have you been at South, Matt?
This is 15 years.
Wow. And your staff assistants?
Bill Grant is my assistant. And then obviously working hand in hand with the girls' staff with Steve and Aaron. And
is it your big meet Saturday too? Or your sectional district coming up?
We will have a race at Andrews Osborne on Saturday, and then the week after that we run the conference meet out at Kenston High School. So in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll have the district meet at South.
Well, that's good.
Yes, it's
and that's new, right?
It's new. It's been at Lakeland, and anybody that's ever, I don't know what they put down for soil there, but that thing is a mud pit year-round, and it's not a knock on the race management. It's just I have never seen ground. I've never seen the side of a hill turn into a mud pit.
Yeah, you would think water drains down.
Water should drain downhill, right? This place is always wet. And then when the door opened up for us to have it, I think the people are going to be very pleased with the course. Our course drains well, and it's going to be very, very fast.
Fantastic.
And that time of the year, 2-3 weeks from now, it could be like last Saturday was.
It absolutely could. So you want to have a course that can handle the water, and for some reason we're able to handle that at our place.
It's great.
Well, let's talk to the kids.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of them, and I appreciate you bringing them all out. We're going to start right here. And this is?
Whoop, we'll try again.
Yep.
Go ahead.
May have accidentally bumped it. Yeah, we're going to be okay. With Glenn here, we're always okay.
Glenn is the best. Go ahead.
My name is Jonathan Luck. I am a sophomore at Willoughby South. My dad is the coach.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's actually really fun having my dad as the coach.
I would bet. He's such a good guy anyways, and let alone that's your dad.
Let's go the other way, because I know my daughter never played for me, but I've had many coaches at Wycliffe whose kids played for them, and I had mixed reactions. Let's put the other way. He says he enjoys it.
He's got another one down here.
Okay, we'll get into it.
We got bookends on it.
We'll get into it. No, I mean, what I've always heard is a little extra pressure. Maybe you treat him or her, his son or daughter, but in your case both, maybe a little bit harder than the others because they are your kids.
It has been one of the great learning experiences on my part.
There you go.
Trying to balance, guys, get off the couch and go run, would you please? As opposed, and that not being dad, that being coach.
Yeah.
So I really try to separate the two at home, and that's where these guys have taught me a lot with that you can't have it at home 24/7. But it is a very difficult time for them probably. Is that dad yelling at me or is that coach yelling at me? And it's made for some interesting conversations, but it is a good time.
I'll go with this angle, and that is the average parent, okay, spends 5 minutes of quality time with their children. Average parent. And here your dad just taking you to the games and stuff. There's a lot of great conversation going on that you probably remember for the rest of your life. So to be able to spend that much time down the road, you'll sit back and say, that was pretty cool. I know when I had a chance to coach my kids, that's what I think back now, is spending that time. When I found out that the average parent spends 5 minutes of quality, that's pretty sad. So just take it all in and absorb it, and someday you'll think, man, that was cool.
It is cool. It is fun watching them grow.
I know a dear friend of mine, Tom Rosnick from Wycliffe, who had the pleasure of coaching 2 boys and his daughter, and his answer was very similar. It was just that, it's a very difficult thing to do, Ray, but I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
Right. I'm right with you on that
I
one.
really like the way he said that.
Okay, let's start with your best time and favorite course.
My best time, do you want me to tell, overall, the past 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite course overall is at Worcester High School, and my fastest time was at Andrews Osborne, and my fastest end of the time was 24 minutes and 24 seconds, I think.
All right. Yeah. And we'll forget who's been your biggest influence. We know that. How about a meet day superstition? You got to do anything the same way every single meet.
I don't know if I have a superstition like that. Usually I always think okay, I'm just going out there just to run, having fun with my teammates, and just out there to support Willoughby South. But I think I have one thing. I think one of them is that every time I step up to that line, I always close my eyes and just say to myself, okay, you're in the race right now, and you're thinking, you're just thinking, I'm in a race right now. There's no turning back, and as soon as that gun goes off, you're just you're off and you just start running, and that's the part that kind of scares me a little bit, because as soon as you get on that line, and as soon as you put on that jersey, and as soon as you put on that bib number, you're basically part of the race, and there's no turning back from that.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a very nice answer.
That's a great answer. Okay, lightning round. Favorite subject?
History.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Restaurant?
Paninis in Willoughby.
And sports team?
How about the Browns, for crying out loud? I kind of like the Browns a little bit.
I like that, wow. Especially someone your age. And we couldn't ask a better question for this guy and these two.
Oh, this is going to be good.
All right, one word to describe Coach on game day.
Motivated, I would say, because first off, he's my dad. Second of all, I had him as a teacher. Third of all, he gives us a lot of friendly advice. I remember when, I think it was in February or something like that, we went to the Regal Cinema Theater and we watched this one movie called McFarland USA, where this one guy named Jim White his family moves from, I think his home from Idaho to McFarland, California. And he went from a football coach to a cross-country coach, and his team ended up winning, I think, 9 out of 14 state titles, I think, that year.
Wow.
Yeah, and he coached all those teams. I think that's the one word I can describe him as motivative.
Great. All right, next.
Now remember, you guys can't use motivated.
Okay,
right?
next. Next is?
Austin.
Austin, what's your last name?
Smith.
What year?
I'm a junior.
And best time, favorite course?
My best time is 19:27. My favorite course is, I don't know, probably the Perry one whenever we ran it, but we don't run that anymore, so.
YMCA out there.
Probably Andrews. I always did well at Andrews.
Good.
How about meet day superstition?
Always put my socks on first.
Okay. Now what goes through that brain when you're running? Talk into it?
Goes through my brain when I'm running. I don't know. I guess I'm always just trying to see who's in front of me. Always just trying to.
There's no little voice to push you more harder.
Well, his voice pushes me pretty well because I can hear him from about anywhere where he's at. So
from 3 miles away.
Yeah, catch. Always holds up his fingers. How many people you got to catch before you finish the race, and
I like that.
Always try your best.
Goes along with that motivation. Yeah, there you go.
Little voice you got to listen to as well as his.
All right, lightning round. Favorite subject?
Chemistry.
Very good. Favorite food?
Pancakes.
Restaurant?
Max Nurmas,
Sports team.
Iowa State.
And one word to describe Coach Matt Luck.
Anything but motivated.
I don't know how inspiring. I mean,
That's all right. That's cool.
everything. I mean, I don't know.
He likes that.
Everything he does just motivates you, makes you want to do better, makes you want to.
We've had a
that's
gamut
inspiration. Yeah,
as far as motivation to crazy. So in a way of good being crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, good job. Next up. You're up. You're gonna use that or not?
Yeah, I'll use this.
All right.
I'm Jake Shinneman. I'm a junior.
Okay. And best time?
My best time is a 17:33.
Wow. And favorite course?
Favorite course is Black River.
Black River. You got a shot at qualifying for state this year?
No.
Not at
No.
17th? Wow.
No.
Yeah, what's it going to
What's the
take?
number?
I mean,
Is it in the
to at least
16s?
get out, to move to the next step.
In order to get out, you're going to have to run probably 1650 to get out of our district. Now, 20 plus years ago, when I started this whole thing at the other school in the district, the times that these guys are running right now, our top 5 are running, would get us to the regional meet and put us in that ballpark to be in the top 8 at the regional meet. You still need to be in the top 4. We have a chance to get out to the regional meet with the way they're doing now, but when we go there, we're trying not to finish last. Just it's gotten that competitive.
Hold that thought. We have to break. Okay, this is Mondays with Malta on Integrity Radio, WINT 1330 AM.